Hi, cuties. Why does it seem like I only see y'all in dysfunction? Hi, cuties. Okay, we're gonna share my link. Let's see how I can share it because so much has been going on. Let's get on in here and let's discuss. Let's discuss what's been going on or what happened today. And y'all know I'm a teacher, so it kind of hits home. So let me share this video and then we gonna talk. Because the last I checked, the last I checked, it was 14 people killed. I think maybe 14 students and a teacher. And I want to make sure I have facts right before I just be on here. If you're new here, I'm Kemray. This is Kemray Music TV. Please make sure you like this video and share the video. I have lots of content. I usually review TV shows, music, things like that. But I am a teacher, and I am a teacher at a school where multiple teachers have quit. So I am a overstretched teacher right now. So a lot of the things that I usually do, I have not been on here consistently doing. Yeah, it looks like it's been updated to 18. Okay. So if you have not heard, there was an elementary school shooting here in Texas, and I think it's said like Uvalde. Hey Trey. I think it's Uvalde, Texas. There was a school shooting at an elementary school, Robb Elementary School. It's an 18-year-old kid. I don't know if he was in high school or if he had already graduated, but he is the shooter at this elementary school where now I'm seeing 18 children and one adult were killed in this mass shooting today. Okay. So the first thing I'm thinking is elementary school. An elementary school. These kids were shot, right? And the teacher gone. I don't know if it was their teacher. I don't know if the kids were in class. I don't know like why this 18-year-old kid targeted this school. I don't really know, right? And we always try to apply logic to try to get a better understanding. But none of it's going to be understandable because kids are innocent beings, right? They're just kids. Trey says, what in the world? This hit home for me because I'm actually a teacher at an elementary school. That's what I'm saying, Trey. Like, we are teachers. Yes, we're creators. Yes, we like to get on here and talk about celebrity type things that are happening. We love Real Housewives of Atlanta. We love the reality shows. We love things that take us away from the reality and the difficulties of the classroom, right? And it's how we unwind. Okay. But when things happen that affect us, we have to rally, right? I love my kids. And that doesn't matter if I've met the kid and I've known them for one day, or I've known them the entire school year, I've known them my entire life. Okay. I feel like there's something so special about being a child, being a kid, learning, growing. And I like to be a part of that village that just helps a child actualize themselves, right? Actualize dreams, actualize goals, learn new things, make new friends. Like, I love to be a part of that village in whatever way I can be. So for me, when I hear things happen to kids, it just really like pains me because I feel like, how do we protect them? So on one hand, it's not really our job, right? As a teacher, it's not really our job to protect them. But one thing I learned real quick when I became a teacher, more than just like an after school care person or working in vacation Bible school, because I did that a lot as a teacher, like you really do become all of these things. You become a counselor, a therapist, a parent, you become security sometimes, you become like a referee, you become a friend, you become like all of these different things to these kids, sometimes at the same time, sometimes at different times, like, and none of that is really like on the paperwork when you apply to be a teacher. So to know that you have to add to the list, like your life may be in danger as well, and there's not really anything that we can do about it. Um, it's just a little scary. It's just a little scary. The last time I checked the news, it said 14 children. And I saw this dad on there and he was looking for his daughter and they had not found his daughter yet. The reason why, if I have any students watching this, the reason why we are so serious about these drills and knowing what to do and knowing how to move is because a lot of these things are happening more often and just, I mean, it's the last week of school. You know, so it's like, it's the last week of school. This is not somewhere this kid goes. I don't know if he has siblings there. I don't even know. I don't even understand. And that's the thing about emergencies and things like that, right? This story that I'm about to tell it's a little related, but not really. Okay. My car got broken into last week. Okay. And I always have these conversations with people who are close to me just about insurance. Like a lot of people are divided. Like, why do we need to pay so much for insurance? Like, most of the time, bad things aren't going to happen. Like, you're paying all this money and it's a waste, right? But when things do happen, the very like seldom or once a year or anything like that, when things do happen, because you've been paying all that money per month for insurance, like you're able to recover your things. Things are a little bit less of a headache instead of having to throw away everything or count it as an L on everything that you lost, right? It's the same thing with these drills. Okay. We do these drills at school where if there's an active shooter, like the things that you have to do, the protocol that you have to follow if there's an active shooter. I'm not going to lie to you. I was in the Air Force and yes, our whole thing was like defend the base. Like that was our chant, right? And then, you know, when you enlist, you know that it is your duty to defend the country. Like no matter in whatever capacity, that is your job when you put on that uniform. So to know that I left that to wanting to just like feel fulfillment in just like teaching, right? Just being around students. Um, and to know I'm now having to defend my classroom. It's just a little like, is this real? Is this for real? Is this really real? Is this really real? Like, imagine, because I don't think a lot of people get that when you're in your classroom that's already jam packed. My biggest class has 31. If I'm in my 31 person classroom that has 6 or 7 students who already require like all my attention at one time because they need chunked instructions and they need me on it every single moment to ensure they are staying on task because they're probably off task because they don't get it, right? And so they're probably acting up because they really don't get it and they don't want to ask for help. And so then I got to separate this one from that one and I got to do this to do that. And then, you know, this one's asking to go to the bathroom. This one's getting up every single couple minutes. Even the person with the strongest classroom management, like that is a lot to manage. And then on top of that, shots ring out. So when the shots ring out, because I'm getting chills just thinking about when the shots ring out and you move to do all the things that you've been practicing within the drill, are you then just like waiting on your fate? Or is it even your fate? You know, are you then waiting on something to happen because there's really not much more you can do? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to scare anybody. And to be honest, like I'm not too afraid because I do serve a God. Okay. But I am very just like the running theme this year has just been about being proactive. And with so many things continuously happening, it just makes me feel like, are we being proactive in all situations? I don't think that, and proactive can look a whole lot of different ways, right? Yes, this kid was 18. So, and no, you can't reach everybody. So mentally, maybe he has some things going on where he could have just needed a friend or could have just needed somebody to talk to, needed some attention from somebody who didn't give it, right? And that's the case with so many people, not even just kids, just people, right? I don't know the story. I don't know if he knew the kids. I don't know if he knew the teacher. I don't know. But I do know that sometimes mentally, like you just need a person, right? And I've learned so much in the past 6 months. It's amazing how this is like circling back. I've learned so much in the past 6 months of just sometimes people respond in a way that you don't understand, and it may come off negative, right? But it's hurt. So it may manifest as like anger or violence, and it's really just like hurt. Um and that's what I kind of just wonder. Like, what kind of person do you have to be? I mean, in all of these situations, right? In North Carolina or South Carolina, where the guy shot up the church and he sat in there and worshiped with them and then shot up the church. Or the guy last week who just targeted Black people in a grocery store, older Black people in a grocery store, drove 3 hours away. But it's like, I think that, and this is where I bring it home for me, right? And this is where I think about my classroom, my kids, my impact, my daily everything that I do. I know for a fact that I work every minute of every single day. Every minute of every single day. I am trying to make the student experience, my team experience, like superb. All that I can do, I feel like I do. And when I get home, I like collapse because I'm like, yes, job well done. I did my thing, right? And it's not for me to toot my own horn, but it's for me to know like I am truly allowing the Lord to use me in whatever ways I feel like I need to be used in my classroom and on my team and in my school. Okay. So when I think about just on my day to day, when I come into my classroom, is there security? Do I feel secure? Do I feel safe? Do I make others feel safe? Do I check on others? Do I notice when others aren't feeling up to par? Do I treat students like people? Do I treat students like people? Because even if you do everything right, sometimes, just like last week, like I locked my car up, I hid things, I, parked in a well-lit area. I feel like I did everything to protect myself, but I still got things taken from me, right? So even though we don't understand these things that happen, these tragedies that happen, they happen and it's a part of life. And that's what I explain to my kids, because even my kids ask like, why weren't you here that day, right? And I believe in being real. Hey, my car was broken into and it sucks. I had to pay $500 for a window. I had to do this, I had to do that. Things were stolen from me and I had to clean all that up. I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't anywhere where I wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't like, so even with explaining all that, still the rationale behind knowing that there's going to be these school shootings happening and these things happening where technically you can't do much about it, but you still have to be prepared for these type of things if they happen. And that's why I say teachers truly have to be like all encompassing of so much knowledge. Like I can't imagine that I would be able to be an effective or as great a teacher, or I don't even know if I'm a great teacher as much as I just feel like I'm great with students, right? So I don't even know if I could be that person or in this role if I hadn't have served in the military. Like, there's so many technical things that teachers have to know about the laptop that a lot of teachers don't know. There's patience that has to be applied to like the utmost degree because they're packing these classes and students have way more things that they're coming with these days than what was actually found with us when we were coming up. It's not to say that we didn't have it. It's not to say that we weren't going through it. It's these things weren't being found, right? Teachers have to be, I mean, at this point, to understand that you have to be security. I mean, and that's why, like, my coworkers would tell you, you don't catch me in a sandal or a high heel. Now, I did this week because I was dressed up for the kids, but I be in sneakers because we got to move. We got to move. Okay. If something going on in the hallway, if I got to get, because no. And it's not my kids aren't bad. I'm not at some crazy school, but it's like you are in charge of, and for me, I'm in charge of like 85 lives, essentially. And it's not pressure. I don't feel pressure for that. But when I look at the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, on a day-to-day basis, it is my job to ensure like all these students are good to go because I'm in charge of the 6th grade. All my teammates are good to go. Now, am I going to miss some sometimes? Heck yeah, that's a lot of people to be responsible for every single day, every single minute. And that's why you need a team, right? But I'm just thinking, like, to be at your school. And I mean, my district had a shooter come in like not too long ago. And even that was scary because it was like, okay, this is really hitting home. It's really hitting home. And you know that as a teacher, like as we've been winding down this school year, like we've been saying, like it's been a hard year. So just think about yourself in 3rd period when you're tiredest. Okay. You got the kids doing some type of assignment just to keep them quiet or just to keep them seated or engaged while you just gather yourself. And then something like that happens, like you are immediately on the exit row of an airplane and have to assist others before you assist yourself. And that's a lot of pressure. But I'm going to tell you, most teachers, they're going to do it. They're going to do it without a doubt. I don't have a problem, in which some teachers do. I don't have a problem with the expectation. What I have a problem with is that these things are even happening in a place where you're supposed to be safe. That's what I have a problem with. This is a place where you're supposed to go learn and grow and have new experiences and make new friends, maybe find the love of your life. Like school is so like basic as far as the things that people should be doing. Like everyone goes to school. So the fact that something like this has happened, I just don't know. I don't know. So I think what I just choose to do is just talk more about like the impact that I make every day and the impression that the students have on me every day, even though it's hard, right? Teachers have quit. When I tell y'all teachers have quit mid-year. Teachers have quit, like quit. Teachers have quit. And I'm like, I don't think it like fully hits people when you realize like a teacher quitting means like their entire like impact is gone. Okay. So down to like the presence in the hallway or just students knowing like, oh, I got this teacher 3rd period. I know she's not about to play with me. Right. When that teacher is gone and then you get a sub, like the behavior fluctuates. The behavior now changes because the kids know, like, oh, okay, I can cut up in this person's class. When a student goes from having all their teachers to now having 3 subs out of 4 teachers, like, that's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Yes, Xavier, truly tragic. For real, for real. For real, for real. So when that happens, it's like behaviors climb, like different things start happening because now certain people are missing and they're substitutes. And sometimes the substitutes, great, like they come in and do way more than they should be doing to be getting paid hourly. Or sometimes they do exactly what they should be doing, watching the doggone kids. Okay. And you take that how you want. So things can be happening and they don't lift a finger, or, you know, maybe they're not equipped, they don't have the management, or maybe they do, right? We have some subs right now who've been killing the game. Like they might as well be permanent teachers because they be in there, they be in the trenches with us, right? But if something like that happened, it's like kids would have no choice but to cleave towards the adult in the room. And kids are so like different right now. They're so different right now that it's like you just kind of get scared, you know? You just kind of get scared when you're telling the students to sit down, work quietly, have something out to work with. Like a lot of that just, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like it is a lot every single day. But please understand 2 things can be true. I love my job. I love what I do. I love that when I walk into that school, the students are making me laugh. Like they can be doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and I'm laughing. I'm enjoying just seeing them smiling. Right? There's so many times when I'm teaching where I just stop to laugh because I like truly love what I do. Right? And I can't imagine not having one of those students around. I cannot even fathom it. Because when y'all, my phone is blowing up because obviously I'm a teacher and there was a school shooting in Texas. So my phone's been going off for like the past 2-3 hours. But when I think about, like, I have a few students who have left, right? And I have this like superwoman complex where I'm like, oh, maybe I can fix it. Like whatever it is, like maybe I can help. Like students who are like, yeah, I'm gonna leave the school. Like my mom or my parents want me to go somewhere else next year. Like I be feeling like, oh my gosh, I want you to stay. That was a lesson I had to learn this year, right? Everybody not gonna stay. I feel it. I get it. And I can't be selfish and think like, oh, you have to be there just because, you know, you do so much for me. Maybe what you need is somewhere else. I get it. But to think of my kids just gone at the hands of somebody else and it wasn't their choice, that is a heavy, 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 heavy thing to bear. It is heavy. And then a teacher too who was probably feeling just as tired, a teacher who was celebrating that it was the last week of school. We are literally 3 days away from the last day of school for these students. Okay. We're having end of year parties. We're doing end of year awards, end of year videos. We're celebrating each other. We're hanging out with each other. Like the state testing is done. Like a lot of things are subsiding. It is celebration time. So to know that even within that, like there's people out there who want to take that away from a child. And that's why today I was like, nah, we celebrating all 6th grade students. Like I understand that, you know, the kids got to get their awards, like the top person from each teacher. I get that. I feel that. And yes, these students have worked hard, right? Honor roll, perfect attendance. Like these students have worked hard. Okay. But there's a student sitting there who's like, you know, who may not get perfect attendance because their parent be running late. A student who may not get A's and B's because they have trouble focusing because they got to be up all night. So they make B's and C's, right? A student who maybe they were excellent, maybe they've improved, but they're just not the top student, right? There's plenty of those students. I think I was that student. So I was like, everybody getting a certificate today. Everybody getting a certificate today. I don't care. We are celebrating these kids. If I could tell y'all how many certificates I made this week, let me just run down the list. Okay. I made teacher superlative certificates and allowed the kids to vote on that so that teachers could feel celebrated. Just a funny certificate to have. You know, easiest class, hardest class, best dress, teacher who gives the best advice, stuff like that, right? Then I did student superlative. Actually, a teacher on my team made those for me, but I sent out the form, right? Student superlative awards. So the students could celebrate each other and get certificates in that sense, right? So maybe you're not, you know, all the academic things, but you're the class clown. So you're going to get a nice little certificate with your name on it. Okay. The Black Student Association, I was over that. Everybody getting a certificate if you were in it. Everybody. Okay. So that's like 40 certificates I made for that. Mass Singer, we did that event. Everybody who was in that got a certificate. Okay. Every single sixth grade student got a certificate today with every single sixth grade teacher's name on it. Okay. I feel like people need to be celebrated while they are here. People need to feel loved. There's no reason why it's the last week of school and we're having to talk about or even think about stuff like this. It is just horrible. It's horrible. And I feel like if I keep talking about it, I'm just gonna be repeating myself. It's just horrible. Because I think the thing about it is, as a teacher, and I ain't been teaching that long. I'm about to go into my 4th year of teaching. As a teacher, you wonder, like, okay, I see myself, and as a human, I see this situation. Let me think about myself in this situation. Okay. When I think about myself in this situation, what measures are in place to protect us? Okay. Because does it all boil down to this carry law? Do metal detectors need to be in classrooms? Do you need to show a badge to be able to get into the school, like in the gated area, just period? Do we need to up security for all of these schools? Do we have the funding for that? Like, I don't know what the answer is. It's definitely above my pay grade. So yeah. I mean, y'all let me know what you think. But I don't know. I'm a teacher and it hit hard with me because I'm like, it's 3 days left of school. There are 3 days left of school. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been tired every day this week and it's only Tuesday. And I was excited when I got home today because I was like, oh, I have a little less to do tonight to ensure that I'm well rested for tomorrow. I said, I have a little less to do. Not that I'm just going to be chilling. I said, I have a little less to do. Ugh, my phone is going up, bro. My phone is going up. Okay, I'm going to hop off here because I'm going to hop off here because I'm going to get emotional. And I feel like I stay strong all day for the kids. And tonight I'm going to stay strong for me. And I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to be in prayer. And just in prayer that help can be brought to us in this world. If you feel like you need somebody to talk to, if you feel like you need a friend, I mean, one thing that I do in my classroom that I feel like is pretty impactful that doesn't require another person is a journal. And obviously journals only work for so long, but if you have one place where you can just go to just to capture all your thoughts and feelings and just get it out and then close it up, like it's a way to just like decompress. If you're a painter or an artist, if you like music, a lot of people say like the gym or like ways where you can exert energy. I don't like to encourage like things that cause you to be physical because I feel like it's important to learn to think through and talk through your feelings. Obviously, if you can't do it right away, those things are fine. But yeah, we just got to do a better job of taking care of ourselves so that we can be vessels for other people. And that's advice I have to take for myself. I can't be up all night getting things prepared for kids for tomorrow and then be a doggone bitch at school tomorrow. Like I have to get my rest and pull up and be the nice Miss. Oh, I'm not gonna say my last name on here, but y'all know. Anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe out there. The lady at Target just told me that, and it just made my heart just flutter because I was like, girl, don't say that. Too soon. I'm Kimray. This is Kimray Music TV. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on a much lighter note in the next video. School's out in 3 days, Lord. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Bye.